It's day 5. I thought I'd give you a shot of the flat we're staying in, and we've got a new guest. Welcome to Kai.
Hi.
Kai joined us at about 1 a.m. and couldn't open the door, so woke me up, but it's fine. So this is our little flat. So we've got a little cooking area here, kitchen, nice surface, and it's just on a single level. We've got a bathroom and 3 bedrooms. There's Matt lying around. Hi, Matt. So we're getting an Uber in today because we have got, I think we might be on ViewGraph. We're currently 3rd in the poll and the top 3 get ViewGraph table. So we're playing ViewGraph and we're here a bit early, so we start a bit early. We're starting like an hour earlier than normal or thereabouts, maybe half an hour. And we'll be behind screens today. So we're playing some unknowns like Boye Brogeland, Gier Helgemo. I don't know them, do you? So it's not going to be easy. Playing 60 boards behind screens against people who've played in the Bermuda Bowl final. So, when you put it like that, that's, one of the toughest things you can do when you're not playing for your country, to play one of these things and play against people like that. So that's why you enter these events, trying to get to these matches. It'd be nice to win them, but even just the experience will be good. So we'll give that a go today. I'm a bit sleepy, so I might try and see if I can get a coffee when I get there, just to, some wake-up juice. But we're wandering in a second, and hopefully maybe the lack of the walk might just get, make us a bit fresher. I don't know whether it's going to work or not. I've actually quite enjoyed the walks in every day, but today we're not. So we're taxi's here in about 5 minutes, so we're going to get ready, get our bags, and wander in. So we're here in the venue, and we're early, so we're going to be good and be prepared. And we're in the ViewGraph screens area, and it's really nice up here. This is one of the rooms. Feels really spacious, feels not too cold, not too warm, and these are screens, so you might have seen screens from a previous video. And what you do with screens is this. So you have a screen on the other side that comes down, so that the bidding goes on between 2 people first. So for example, I might pass and I will put my pass there, and then my opponent might bid 1 spade and I will put 1 spade there. Okay, and then it would get passed underneath to the other side and they would make their bids. And the reason for this is to stop UI and hesitations and things you might get from your partner in real life that make bidding easier for you, because they take some time to bid 3 spades, and so that they haven't got a minimum or whatever it might be depending on the auction. So it takes a lot of that away. You don't necessarily know which of the other 2 players is taking their time. Sometimes you can sort of work it out. It's not completely foolproof, and then once they've made their bids, it comes back through. And then when you're ready to play, you tap on this. If it's your turn to lead, you make your lead, and then you lift it up, and then you can see everyone's things, but you can't see your partner's face. So because you can't see the face, you can't get any reactions and so on. So in the play, there's still tempo issues potentially, but it alleviates a lot of UI that you might get without realizing it. No one's immune to UI. You might feel like you punish your partner when they give you UI and whatever, but sometimes you'll miss it. Sometimes you'll subconsciously notice something subconsciously, and that's so you don't notice it and so on. So this eliminates some of it. Thank you, Matt, for the water. So we're going to be playing behind screens today. We have to write down all our questions and answers to not give anything away. And I think each match might play a different set of boards. So last time we made, we won a knockout match and we played another one. We played duplicated boards, and each match played a different set. So there's no worry about saying, that shows 2 key cards loudly, and having someone from another table overhear you because you're not playing the same board. So that's really nice. I just wish they could have done that yesterday. I just hate hand dealing boards. Biggest complaint about American bridge for me personally is manually doing a lot of this stuff. There's no bridge mate and you're hand dealing boards and you're reporting your scores. That could be eliminated, and I don't know how they do that, but yeah, I wish they would. That down, we've got a nice easy first round match. We've got Mr. Gier Helgemo and Chris Willinkin. So we've got 16 boards against these guys, legends, so we'll do what we can, the best we can. Just finished the first set. We are 16 down. We're 31 to 15 or something like that. Generally, Beans and I were pretty solid. I think there was two decisions where we should have done something different, but it didn't really matter too much. So they were minor mistakes, and then I made one big mistake. You hold Ace Queen 10. This may or may not be my mistake. You hold Ace Queen 10. Oh dear, what we are hands. You've got Ace Queen 10. You've got the Ace King to 4 diamonds. You've got King to 4 clubs. So you must have some hearts. Anyway, you've got that hand there. It's a pretty good hand. And the bidding goes one heart. Yeah. So you've got the bidding goes 1 heart, pass, 1 spade. So you've got this hand, really good hand. You decide to double, and it goes 2 spades, pass, 3 spades, pass, 4 spades, pass, pass. You've got Ace Queen 10 of spades. You've got Ace King of diamonds. You've got the King of clubs. They're the pluses, and the bad news is that the declarer is Gier Helgemo. So do you double? I think everyone's vulnerable, and they've bid 4 spades. I mean, against a lot of people you would double, and I don't know whether this is fear of the opponents or something, but Matt passed, and it went 3 off for 300. And luckily it was a flat board, but there's a chance there that's an opportunity missed. Is that a mistake? Probably. I think if you double here, and let's say the double gives the position of the spades away, it might not matter. Like if declarer's got King Jack, yeah, it doesn't matter. And you've got Ace King of diamonds. They could both be cashing. You don't know what they've bid on. What were your hearts, Matt? I can't remember. Just like 2 low or something. 2, isn't it too small? 10 third. So you've underrepresented your hand. They've bid the vulnerable game, and if you look at the results of a lot of the Bermuda Bowl and some knockout matches, they're always trying to strive for these games. They're always bidding games, vulnerable games, and sometimes they go 2 or 3 off, and so they're more likely to stretch to a vulnerable game than they are a non-vulnerable game. In which case, they aren't going to have their bids very often. I think you've just got to whack it and hope. I mean, if this makes, well, it's just a bit unlucky, isn't it? How many times is it going to make out of 10? Maybe 1 out of 10 with the amount of stuff you've got. And their auction has gone 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you just got to whack it. So we missed out on an 800 there, got 300, and thankfully it was a flat board. I was a big, probably the worst mistake I've made. Might be the worst mistake I've made all week. It's just really lazy, and I played too fast and let through a 3M. So that wasn't good. So they're beatable. We threw away as a team more imps than we're down. But and against someone as good as we're playing, you can't afford to do that. For us to win this match, we cannot be throwing away as many imps as we are. So we're going to go back in. We're going to try a bit harder, and hopefully we can claw our way back into this match and at least make it competitive. Another hand from the first set. You pick up Jack third, King to 4, I think, something like that. King to 4, Ace to 5, stiff, and you're defending 4 spades, and the bidding has gone spade past 2 spades, 3 clubs from your partner, 3 spades past 4 spades, I think, or something like that. So you're defending 4 spades. Partner bid 3. Apologies, you're defending 3 spades. They bid 3 spades over 3 clubs, and then end of the auction. So it's going to spade, you pass, 2 spades, 3 clubs from partner, 3 spades, all pass. So you've got an easy lead. You lead your Singleton club. The colours are we're vulnerable. So partner's 3 club bid will be good. They've wandered in at the 3 level, vulnerable. So you just lead a club here easily. And dummy goes down with what you can see, and partner wins the king of clubs and plays the ace of clubs. And it's your decision at trick 2 what to do. So, how are you beating this? Partner you can see that the king of hearts is on the slot. You've got jack to 3 spades. Partner won't have a spade trick, probably not. They could have maybe stiff queen, but it's not quite good enough. Partner could have the king of diamonds, but in which case you're only making 2 clubs and 2 diamonds. If partner's got a third club trick to cash, brilliant, but they may or may not have. What do you do, and what do you discard to try and get to try and get as many tricks as you can, really? You could encourage diamonds, but do you really want a diamond switch, or do you want a third club? So a diamond switch, you should probably encourage diamonds if you've got something like the king, if you want partner to set it up. But you've got this jack of spades, which may make a trick. So it doesn't really matter. I don't think you're probably beating this. Partner looks like they've got 7 clubs and they're playing weird stuff at the trick 1. It went small club to the king and 10, and then ace of clubs they dropped a low 1. So maybe partner's got ace king queen to 7. If they've got ace king to 6, I don't think they can, because I don't think they've got enough values to bid ace king to 6 vulnerable in between 2 spade bids. So they're likely to have 7. And so what are your tricks going to be? You could make 2 clubs and 2 diamonds, or you can make 2 clubs, a diamond and a spade. The only way you're making 2 diamonds is if the partner's got exactly queen and jack. Obviously, if they've got the king, you might have a chance of beating it. So your best chance to beat it is if partner's got the king of diamonds, but you can also promote the jack of spades. So whatever the situation is, I think you just have to discourage diamonds. You want a third club. You want to dictate to your partner, please play another club, because then your jack of spades comes into play. Declare a may or may not ruff low, may or may not ruff high. But you might make your jack of spades now. If they ruff high, they then not only have to pick your jack of spades up, they need to ruff a diamond. So although they can still make 10 if the third round of clubs is played, it's very difficult to do so. So there's the full hand. You can see that if you encourage diamonds, partner's going to switch to a diamond, playing you for ace queen of diamonds and maybe a trump trick. So when our table went club, club, encouraging diamond, and I switched to the jack of diamonds. Now 10 tricks are fairly easy at this point. So that was a flat board. No, apology, it wasn't. It wasn't a flat board. Teammates made game. So it didn't actually matter what we did, but just from a principle point of view, you encouraging diamonds shouldn't just be I've got something diamonds. It's probably in this particular case, partner doesn't know what you want them to play, so you need to say don't play a diamond, play a club by discouraging diamonds. Because you've got the ace, you don't need a diamond through. So didn't actually matter. Teammates made 4 spades, but they didn't get the difficult defence. If you think about how you'd make 4 spades on 3 rounds of clubs, it becomes difficult. Things get tangled. You have to ruff with the queen of spades. You then have to finesse the jack of spades. You then still have to manage a diamond ruff, and take a heart finesse. So 4 spades was a difficult place to be, and thankfully teammates made it, and we won 6 imps on the board. But interesting decision what to do at trick 2. I'm going to show you someone who's played really well. We won that set 14 plus 14, so we're 2 down overall, and it felt pretty steady. Beans and I were pretty tight on defence, and there was a couple of ones where I could just have claimed, I was declaring, I could just have claimed 10 or something, but I generally have a principle, don't claim until it's your lead. And so they could have just cashed 2 tricks, but Boye had ducked. And I'm like, oh, okay, making 12. So they could have, he's playing to beat it and something. So obviously if I just lean forward and just keep claiming, they're not going to do these misdefences that you wouldn't expect. I'm not saying it's a misdefense, but obviously I don't know what he's thinking. So there's a couple of times I think where I made extra tricks that they could have just cashed out for. And if I just kind of lean forward and just say, oh, you're going to make 2 hearts or something, then we'd have lost a few imps. So that was good. There was one hand, I'll give you this hand now. You've got 8 solid, void, king, jack, tight, king, queen, X. And you're vulnerable, and partner opens 2 diamonds passed to you. So, I don't know, obviously scientifically bid. You could just bid 6 spades, because partner's going to have the ace of diamonds a lot of the time. Beans is a boomer, and when he opens 2 diamonds, he's got his bid. But if I ended up doing exclusion for hearts, jumping to 5 hearts, because when partner shows no aces outside hearts, he responds 5 spades, and I was going to pass it. So that would have been a funny auction if it happened. As it was, when I did exclusion, partner showed 1, bid 5N, I bid 6 spades, partner works out to pass this, and and when it makes. But it was a flat board at both tables, so I don't know what the option at the other table was, but it felt like the most scientific way to get there when you've got such a big hand and partner opens a suit you don't want as trumps. We're going to go to Potbelly's, which is our restaurant of choice in Chicago. It's not Chicago, Louisville. It's the Chick-fil-A of Louisville. When we were in Chicago, we went to Chick-fil-A a lot. So we're going to wander up there. We're going to get Andy their sandwich because they're still view graphing. They're about 8 boards behind or something. We played fairly fast. For twice now, John and Matt have finished before us, so which is unusual, I think. So we're going to go to Potbelly's. I don't know where everyone's gone. We've kind of walked down the stairs and we're waiting for people. So and we're going to pour over some hand records and then potentially find out where the swings came from. But yeah, it was a solid set. There was one board I went for 500, and that was the only board we really lost on. But other than that, it's pretty good. So that set, we won in over tricks. There weren't many big swings. There was a mistake from our opponents. We beat a game at the end, which I'm about to show you. But a lot of the other tricks there were over tricks or under tricks. Just sound defence from Beans and I, or lack defence from the opponent potentially. So that's where we got the majority of our imps, and then there's obviously 1 or 2 swings. So I'm just going to give you the whole board here and just look at the difference in play. Matt and John get to 2N by the south hand in the picture, and against the west hand had opened a diamond and south gets to 2N, and the west hand leads the 6 of diamonds, which matters, and it goes 6 small 10 queen, and then a diamond comes back and they win it. They now switch to their 4-card spade suit. Matt wins with the queen and plays another diamond. They win with their other diamond honour and play a second spade. Is that right, Matt? So obviously the original diamond lead was bad, and then Matt was able to do something quite nice here because they've led the 6 of diamonds. When Matt wins the second spade, he cashes another spade and 4 rounds of clubs. And looking at the west hand, coming down to 3 remaining cards, what cards do you have to keep? Well, you have to keep your 7 of diamonds, otherwise Matt's diamonds are good. And so you have to come down to a stiff heart. So Matt figured their exact shape, and so rather than cashing his good diamond, remember he's only in 2, he doesn't need to, he's not really risking it because he knows what the distribution is, but if he has got it wrong, he's already got his 8 tricks. But at this point now, he played a diamond, heart up to dummy, and West has had to bear down to a single heart, and Matt thinks it's the 8 because they've been bidding to them all that time. When the queen was, Matt just goes, small please, and the queen held, and now they're end play to give Matt the last 2 diamond tricks. So it helps having a count of the hand, and Matt made 10 tricks. Was it 10? 10 tricks in 2N. So that was that. At the other table, very similar bidding, other than the fact that South accepted the game try and bid 3N. So it's effectively gone a diamond, double, pass, and no trump. 2 no trumps, 3 no trumps. And so my Matt, Beans, didn't lead a diamond. I don't think a diamond's right necessarily here. Well, maybe not, but Beans led a spade, and a spade is a much better lead for the defence. And then we were just pretty solid, and for the rest of the hand, it went spade lead, small from dummy, and from 10 to 4 I managed to play small. I withheld the 10, which allows Beans to continue playing spades when they get in, giving them a safe exit. The trick 2, Clara played the 8 of diamonds. I think Beans erred, but it wasn't fatal. I think when they're going to play the 8 here, they're intending to run it. And if they've got Queen 10, 9, 8, it doesn't matter. But if partner's got one of those honours, you need to not take your King of Diamonds. So Beans played the King, but if he played low, it's now guaranteed to be off. But Beans took the King, so we still need to be careful. And Beans played a second spade. De Clara wins. in dummy, and he then plays the ace of clubs.
No, he played a diamond first.
Apologies, plays a...
Diamond first, which I clocked.
Oh yeah, so apologies. So he plays a second diamond, which means ducks. Now he needs entries to his hand to set these diamonds up. It's the only realistic chance of making it. He now plays ace of clubs, small 10, and he played the jack of clubs, overtaking with the queen to leave himself a club finesse as an extra entry back to hand, effectively unblocking these clubs. He's now got 2 club entries to his hand if we chuck him in dummy again to set these diamonds up. So he now played a high diamond. Beans wins, plays a diamond back. Now if you look at the difference between the 2 hands, Beans still has the 7 and 6 of diamonds left, and because Declare wasted the 8 of diamonds playing the first diamond up, Beans now has a winning diamond, and so he's now in trouble. He now actually can't catch these 2 clubs because he's in the wrong hand. He's got no entry to dummy. So now he tries a desperation heart towards the king, hoping Beans has the ace. He doesn't. He's been punished here for my only points to the ace of hearts, and it doesn't look likely that that's going to be the case. But it went heart to the jack, king, and ace. Heart back to Beans, and Beans has a winning diamonds cast, which happened to be 7 of diamonds. But thankfully, it wasn't big 13, so we'll take that. So you might think it's not much in that, but you can just see, you know, one table left through 10, the table left through 8. You know, that's a 2-trick swing just from minor differences, and so that kind of felt like it happened in a lot of the match today, or at least the second set. The first set not so good, but the second set we were, at least at our table, Beans and I were pretty solid in defence. There was only one wobble. I went for 500. I had the best hand of the table, but I got caught in an out jump.
And your partner has nothing.
Partner had a flat 2 count. Can't even run to my 5-card suit because that'll get caught as well, and you're 1 level higher. So maybe I shouldn't bid, but I did. But anyway, we're back. We're 2 umps down. Don't know if we're on view graph, but we probably are going to be, because what they do is they pick 3 matches people want to see at the start of the day, and then they pick the 3 closest matches for the second half. So we're only 2 imps down, and apparently we had 1,000 people watching our table that second set. Not due to me or Beans, probably not anyway, but due to Boye Brogeland, who is a bridge celebrity of sorts. So we're in with this. We're in with a chance. We now have the hard task of trying to win when they haven't got their sponsor playing. But you know, that was always gonna happen. So we've got about 10 minutes before the start of play, and we're going to see from view graph now. Back on view graph. This is another one of the rooms, and all the rooms are like this. There's 6 of them in total. This is room A, and we're in room A and B, A4. So we're over at that corner there. I'm not meant to film, but there's no live play happening at the moment, so I can do this for a second. There's Beans. He's played well today. He didn't let through a game or go for 500, so he was a fish. He made 1 bad signal, but what can you do? Right, so we're going to wander over. You need to put your phones out of play when you play, and there's the director. He's a good director. And there's Tom Townsend over there. Hi, Tom. Yeah, we're ready to start. This is our table here. We've just finished set 3, and I actually think we've got a good card. They went off in at least 3 contracts, if not 4. They went off in a slam, a freely bid slam, which is about 50%, I think. No, it's a bit better than that. No, it needs 2 finesses, doesn't it? Yeah, it needs 2 finesses, and 1 was right, 1 was wrong, and they've got a slow diamond loser. So I think we've got a good card. We got a bit of a gift at the end. The North player won't name his name. Didn't revoke, but played a card and then goes, oh no, I need to follow suit, and so had a penalty card which allowed Beans to make 2 spades doubled. So we got plus 6, 7. Yeah, we need it. You can't feel bad about enforcing the rules. You know, you're not doing it unethically or anything like that. And they gave Beans a chance. He did ask. He says, "Is that exposed?" And the partner of the person who made it's not a revoke, but the exposed card said yeah. And so Beans just roughed and then the under roughed. And so on view graph, it's going to look really, really silly. So I'll give you Matt's hand. And he feels bad about this. I don't think he should do. He picked up ace to 6 stiff. I think stiff queen, ace to 6 stiff queen, 3 to the ace, 3 small, 3 to the 9-8. And the bidding goes, a vulnerable 4 hearts on your left, and partner, Muggins here, bids 5 clubs, pass. What do you do? Well, Matt's got 2 aces and a heart control. He bid 6. And I think it's a fine bid. You know, he's oh, I'm so, and he went off. But if I show you the whole hand, if 6 clubs makes 5, so apologies, if 5 clubs makes 6 clubs makes, they lead a heart, and it's on, so they cash a heart, and it's on a club finesse. If the club finesse works, we make 6 clubs and 6 spades, and the ace of diamonds, I guess. And if the club finesse fails, well, we go off from 5, because at trick 2 they switch to a diamond and clear the diamond trick that they get. So if it's a choice between 4 or 6 clubs, you bid 6. You don't want to be in 5 on these hands. So I think Matt should cheer up there. He feels bad, and mainly because against 6 you don't need to find the diamond switch, and he didn't. So Matt thinks when we went 1 off in 6 at 5's making, but it isn't. I think our teammates are good enough to beat 5 if they stop in 5. And the only way we can lose on this board is if it goes 4 hearts, pass, pass, 4 spades, pass, pass, pass. I think that's the only way we can really lose on the board. I suppose teammates could be in 5 hearts doubled 1 off or something like that. So maybe we can lose the board that way, I guess, as well, you know, if both tables are going off. But I generally think we did well. They beat us on the very first board. It started poorly. They beat us in 3 spades. They kept me from getting to my hand to take a club finesse, and I got stuck in dummy. I couldn't get off dummy. Just good defence. They, you know, and they did it fairly fast. You know, they're pretty good players. And I thought, oh wow, okay, because not only did they push us to 3 spades, but took it 1 off. So I thought it started poorly, but after that it went pretty well. So who knows? You don't know. I mean, it felt good at our table, but you don't. Oh, Beans. After 6 boards, we were down 19. Okay. So, but I think we've definitely got 2 good boards coming in the latter half of the match. So, hopefully, we can bring them back to even. So, I don't know. Some of the decisions went great. I don't know. We'll see. I'll come back with a report after we've scored up, and then maybe I'll give you one more hand. So, one of the other hands, and this did generate a swing, is you pick up King Queen to 5. King 3rd, 3 low, Jack X, and you pass this dealer, and it goes pass, and your partner opens 1 club in 3rd. Now your partner is renowned for always having his bid, so your partner's rarely going to be light here. Could just be a weak no trump or something like that. And over this, the hand on your right bids 2 no trumps, and you ask what this is. Well, he'd already asked what 1 club shows, and I said it's at least 3. So I asked what this shows, and he says it's the red suit. So this is some sort of a neutral no trump. And he's vulnerable opposite a passed hand, so he'll have, you know, it'll be a sensible one. And it comes to me with my 9 count, and realistically, I shouldn't bid. It's a bit pushy, but partner's not going to protect when you've got a part score or even a game in spades. Partner's not going to protect. So I took a shot, and I bid 3 spades. Now we have 2 ways to show spades in this auction. I can bid 3 spades, which is weak, or I could bid 3 hearts, which is a good 3 spade. Now in the context of a passed hand, I am a bit weaker than I could be. And what I don't want partner to do is just raise to 4 spades on any balanced 11 or 12 count. So I'd bid 3 spades to show a weak 3 spade bid. Now I haven't opened a weak 2, so I'm likely to have 5, and if I've got 5, I'm going to have around an 8 or a 9 count, with maybe some shape. I don't have the shape, but I think I felt I need to bid. Over this it goes 4 hearts, and partner bids 4 spades, and then the hand on your right thinks a while and bids 5 hearts. Well, I don't think this is a forcing pass situation. I don't think I've forced us to game necessarily with my 3 spade. It is a non-forcing bid, and partner just bid 4 spades over 4 hearts. So he didn't like freely bid a game, he just bid 4 spades, which he could be sacrificing over 4 hearts. You don't know. And everyone's vulnerable, so it's not a forcing pass situation. And over 5 hearts, do you double or do you pass? So pass doesn't set up a force. Do you double? Well, you've got virtually no defence. If the ace of hearts is on your left, which it could be because this hand's bid a free 4 heart bid, you've got no defence. And if you pass and partner doubles, you're happy. And if you pass and partner bids for 5 spades, well, partner's going to have a hand that's right to bid 5 spades with. So you pass, and it goes pass, pass, pass. And Hello. Yes. So someone just said I was talking into a fluffy thing, so I'll just walk away because obviously he's on a phone call. So, 5 hearts went one off and 4 spades makes. So it looks like the opponents have done well. We didn't double it, but why is it a swing? At the other table, the bidding went the same up till the point where it bid 2N, and my hand passed. And this is where just being a bit brave can sometimes win boards. My hand passed, and then Matt Brown bid 3 hearts, Beans passed, and the hand on the right bid 4 hearts, pass. And this is one of the reasons I think I can bid 3 spades opposite Beans, is he doesn't open light in third. It's not a style. It's a style thing for him. He generally won't do it light in third, so he's generally got a sound opening bid, which means you're going to get caught less often. So there are pluses and negatives to opening light and bidding light and overcalling light, and this is one of the pluses. It allowed me to bid 3 spades here. We got in the auction when we've got a 9-card spade fit. We bid to our making aim, they sacrificed, but at the other table they didn't have that freedom for whatever reason. He didn't decide to bid 3 spades, so it looks like we've won like 10 imps or whatever it is on the board, but we're watching this on Viewgraph at the moment, so we haven't actually scored up yet. But Beans and I were just cheering along as Viewgraph was being played, and yeah, so I'll keep a straight face when John and Matt comes out and pretend we haven't seen what the scores are going to be. So but that's a game swing back in, so it pulls us back towards level. We're back in, we're playing against Gier. We lost that set by 2. Beans and I had 2 big swings at the end, and our 670 was nullified by -800, but we'd already lost 11 imps earlier in the set. So I think it's amazing that we're still in this, I think, and like Matt says, we're a 1 part score swing from winning. We just 1 part score swing and then 14 flat boards and we win the match. That's how close it is, which against, I'm not overstating this, like the best in the world, this is pretty good. Finished last set. That man's played well. He kept on taking us off in contracts. Yeah, I mean, as set scouts, maybe we haven't got any massive blunders, but we just went off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So some of those are going to be swings out. They just are, because we're playing against a really good team. I had a couple of interesting hands, I think, in terms of bidding. I'll give you one of them now. Just recording, guys. I'll give you one now. You've got 2 low, ace jack 10 to 7, 2 low, and you're favourable, which is good, but you're 7, 2, 2, 2, which is bad. And the bidding goes 1 heart pass, 2 spades to you. 2 spades is weak, so some sort of like weak jump shift with 6 spades and something. So they're vulnerable. They could have just passed. It's going to be like 5 to 7, 5 to 8, something like that with 6 spades, and the spades won't be awful because you're volunteering this vulnerable. And if they've got 4 spades on, you want to kind of offer the chance to sacrifice in 5 diamonds. But do you really want to sacrifice in 5 diamonds holding 2, 2, 2 in the other suits? If the hand on your left is able to bid 4 spades, they're going to have a pretty good hand, and you might just go for 800 because you're going to lose like 2 hearts, 2 clubs, a spade and a diamond or something. You need partner to have the right values and the right cards. And the other reason against maybe bidding diamonds is you tell them that you've got diamonds, and then they can evaluate their honours outside diamonds better, and they can maybe play partner for short diamonds and bid a thinner game than they might otherwise bid. So I don't know whether it's right to bid here. Obviously, when it's right and when the sacrifice is cheap, you've missed out by passing. But when they don't bid game because you don't bid, you've won the board. So I think I'm probably going to get told by people better than me that you should be bidding always on this hand, and I passed. Partner could have a weak no trump. They might not have game on. They might not bid game. Partner might have 4 spades. They might just pass out in 2 spades, and you're defending that. You do have 2 spades. If partner's got 4, they've got a 6-1 fit. So there's no guarantee they've got a fit for game and so on. So I passed, and it went 4 spades, pass. I'm like, oh. And partner not only has diamond support, king, queen to 4. Partner's got an ace and a king And so, although you can't beat 4 spades, 5 diamonds is pretty cheap. It goes for 300. So I feel that's a negative position on our board. It might be the same at the table. They might not also do it. The 7-2-2-2 is a really bad sign to preempt and sacrifice. You're sacrificing with this sort of hand. You've got no shape, and although you're not going to run out of trumps, you just got a lot of losers outside trumps. There's now, 7-4-1-1, way better. So who knows if that's going to be a loss. Obviously, on the cards, we've missed out on a cheap sacrifice. I think 5 diamonds is 300 and 5 spades doesn't make. Obviously, you've seen the full hand for a few minutes now. And that's just a view that didn't go the right way. And I think we had a few of them. We won the auction quite a few times and just kept going off. And how many of the ones that we went off and could we have made? Not many. So we lost it in the bidding, it feels, and they just defended accurately. So I think we're going to need teammates to bring back a good card, and if they don't, well, that might be it for the Vanderbilt this year. As sets go, this might not be our worst set, but it doesn't feel like we've got many positive positions. So I'm going to cheer my partner up now and get back to you with maybe one more hand. That's Book Talk with the silly hat. We lost by quite a lot. We lost by 30 or something. The last 8 boards or 6 boards or something, we just dribbled away. 1 here, 3 there, 5 here, 8 there, 10 there. They're a good team, and they're a good team for a reason. So we can't. I mean, we're sad to lose, given we were so close. But I'm always a big fan of, if you're going to lose, hopefully you lose by more than 1 board. And we have lost by more than 1 board. If you lose a match by 3 imps and you go home and you think, oh my God, think about that penalty I went for, or that game I didn't bid, or that game I didn't make, or that game I didn't beat. And that's worse. So we're a bit deflated. Beans needs cheering up. I'm going to leave you with one hand that I had. And it's actually gained as an imp. You have this hand here. You have stiff ace, queen 1, ace 10, 9 to 5, jack to 5, and your partner opens 1 spade, and they overcall 2 hearts on your right, and everyone's vulnerable. So you make a takeout double. You've got both minors. If partner bids 3 of a minor, you're probably just going to look for 3N maybe, but then bid 5 minor if there isn't there. And it goes pass, 2 spades from partner, pass. What's 2 spades? Well, if partner had a weak no trump with a heart stop, they might have bid 2M. If partner had a full card minor, they would have bid it. If partner had a good hand and 6 spades, they'd have bid 3 spades. So this is basically any other hand. This is probably a bad hand with 6 spades. That's what you're expecting. It could be that partner's only got 5 and nothing else to bid. If they've got 5 spades and 3 low or 4 low hearts or something. So if they're 5 spades, 4 low hearts, king 1, queen 1 or something, then maybe they have to bid 2 spades. But even if that's the case, you're going nowhere. You've got nothing on. If you've got 3N on and partner's got a heart stop, spades are blocked. They haven't got if they've got hearts up and 6 spades, they haven't got any fit for your minors. So although I've got 11 points and we're vulnerable, I passed. I'm not sure where you're going with this hand. I'm not sure whether you can make anything. If partner isn't able to bid 3 of a minor or 2N or 3 spades, all the likely games you are to make aren't going to be there. So I went low and we won an imp. I think that was the only imp we won in the whole set. We played 15 boards and that was the only imp we won. So there's the full hand. You can see that we've got nothing on. They get a club ruff to keep it to 9, so they can beat 4 if we bid 4 spades, which might be our most likely game on the hand. But yeah, we won an imp. Teammates got to play in 3 hearts 1 off for minus 100. We would, if they bid 3 hearts, we'd have let them, and you do have 9 between them. So we're going to wander back now. I haven't really been drinking this time, and because I want to take things seriously and I want to do well. But tonight I think I'm going to have a few cans just to relax. Now that the most serious events are over, obviously I'm playing 2-3 more days with Beans. We've got a random something tomorrow because there's nothing else on, and then we've got the Sillador pairs, which we're going to win, aren't we, Matt? Aren't we, Matt?
What?
We're going to win the Sillador pairs.
If we play the way we did, played for the first reset today, we can win this.
Yeah, I think.
And I'm coming down.
on our best, we're definitely got a chance of winning one of these events if we're on fire. We defended like the first 45 boards, and maybe there's a chance that if we played as a team of 6, we'd have been better. Maybe if we had one of our pairs was fresh going into the last set, maybe. But yeah, not to be. So we're going to head back now. We can't be too deflated. We had a good result, and we were on Viewgraph the whole day because the match was close enough going into the last set that we stayed on Viewgraph all day. That's really nice, and we had over 1,000 people watch us play bridge. I mean, what more can you ask for?